Hello, class. This is Zohei, one of the co-founders of TweetDM, and I just wanted to congratulate you on graduating from the pre-course to the main course, Selling on Twitter 101. There is 7 lessons. They're going to encompass how to get yourself ready to sell on Twitter. Let's get started with lesson 1, which is identifying your niche audience for Twitter sales outreach. So let's just talk about Twitter for a little bit, right? What is Twitter? Why do we use it? Twitter is one of the most powerful social media in the entire world. A lot of people are in it. There's so many niche conversations that occur, and everything is happening in real time, very quick, and people are active. Even though Elon Musk acquired the company and people complain that everyone's going to leave, people have not. There's actually more users than there were yesterday, right? So Twitter is a super powerful tool to reach out to potential customers and drive sales. But to get there, you do need to identify your niche audience. So I'm going to give you some tips. These are beginner tips that are going to help you identify your target audience, right? So the first thing that I would do is start small, right? Start small. One of the benefits of starting small is you find that one small particular group, niche audience that you're going to be using to help build your foundation for how your sales is going to work, right? So for example, I work in the e-commerce industry, and instead of just targeting everyone in e-commerce, maybe I want a hyper specific focus on one niche part of e-commerce, which may be makeup. Let's even condense that further. Lipstick brands, right? So maybe I want to hit up lipstick brands that are based in the US, right? That helps me cater my message a lot better, right? So you kind of keep dwindling down. You can start with industry, then demographic, and then location. You build your Twitter, and then you start tweeting around that, right? Start warming people up to the fact that you are a niche like person that likes to talk about this niche topic and you're an expert in it. Try to build yourself into that domain. So then tips for identifying your niche audience. First thing I would do is analyze your competition. One effective way is start looking at what are other people that are doing what you're doing, right? Like whatever product you're trying to sell, who are they targeting? Maybe you don't target them, or maybe you do, right? If you don't target them, right, target the same type of niche as that competitor, might be easier for you to land a call or two. Whereas if you go up against the same space, same niche audience, you may be competing with that competitor, and the conversations are a little bit harder and longer, right? And then second, some other tips are utilize tools that are available on the internet. Shameless plug, use TweetDM, right? We have a search engine that will help you search for specific Twitter users within a certain criteria. And you can use keywords, location, geography, tweets. You can scrape other people's like followers and then dwindle it down from there. There's so many things you can do that it becomes super easy to develop a niche audience, a niche list that you start targeting, and you start slamming, right? You start slamming messaging after messages across the board to test out what works for you and what doesn't. That's pretty much it in the beginner stage, right? Finding your niche audience is super important because, if you don't really know who you're talking to, or if you've broadened your message so much, it doesn't resonate, right, as much, right? So if you're just yelling out Marco, but you don't you're not in a room full of people named Marco, no one's going to turn their head at you, right? So it's kind of the same kind of thinking. Niche audience, use tools, analyze the competition. That's what I would do to get started and start really, really hyper focused. And then you broaden out, right? See if it's not working for this one. Maybe you try another audience, then you try another audience, then you try another audience. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you in the next lesson.